morning, your majesties. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome to my YouTube channel. And happy Halloween, your majesties. Happy day 31 of Hallowed Princess. You guys are getting 2 videos from me today. So I will be dressed up in my costume. I think I'm going to be a surgeon or something. I don't know. Maybe it's a surprise. I don't know. But anyway, I love you guys so much. So I have a story time for you guys. This one's called Hallowen Cemetery. Okay. The Hallowen Cemetery is a scary story about a group of teenagers who play with an Ouija board in the graveyard on Halloween night. This story goes that a few years ago, a group of friends planned to spend Halloween in a cemetery close to where they lived. There were 2 boys named Carlos and Miguel, and 2 girls named Paula and Rocio. They were all 16 years old. Initially, when they heard the idea, the girls refused to go. Paola said she had a bad feeling about it. However, the boys managed to convince them to change their minds. Finally, Halloween night arrived and the teenagers at Miguel's house. Finally, Halloween arrived and the teenagers met at Miguel's house and drove to the cemetery together. When they arrived, there was so much fog that they could hardly see. The cemetery gates were locked. Standing outside, they heard strange and eerie sounds coming from the graveyard. The girls were scared and suggested that they go home. Rocio said that she regretted agreeing to the idea in the first place because she had a feeling that something terrible was going to happen. But the boys refused to let them leave. "Don't be a baby," scoffed Miguel. "We didn't travel this far just to go look out the cemetery gates and go home. It's Halloween, Devil's Night." Carlos was about to climb over the cemetery gates, but when he grabbed hold of the metal bars, the gate swung open in front of him with an ominous creak. Suddenly they heard the bells of the nearby chapel striking midnight. In the distance, a dog howled and the moon was obscured by the clouds. The wind rose up and began to whistle through the trees. Miguel took an Ouija board out from under his coat. "It's time to summon the spirits," he said with a mischievous grin. "Don't worry, it's just a game," said Carlos, trying to reassure the 2 girls. "Nothing will happen. There's nothing to be scared of." The group of teenagers walked into the cemetery. When they reached the small tomb in the middle, they stopped. Miguel laid the Ouija board on top of the cold stone, and they all gathered around it. They placed their fingers on the planchette, and Miguel called out to the spirits to contact them. After a few minutes, the pointer began to move, and they made contact with the spirit. It claimed to be the ghost of a girl named Sarita, who was buried in the cemetery. The boys and girls asked the spirit many questions, and the answers were spelled out on the board. All of a sudden, Rocio felt something cold and clammy grab hold of her wrist. She let out a horrified scream. The teenagers were spooked and decided to end the game, but the spirit of the girl told them not to. The spirit said they had to keep playing or everyone would die. Miguel ignored the spirit's warning and snapped the Ouija board shut. They were about to leave when it suddenly became very dark. The teenagers could barely see anything in the cemetery. A strong wind rose and it blew through the statues fell from their porches and shattered on the ground. When she saw this, Rocio freaked out and began to run. She couldn't see anything and stumbled blindly through the darkness. She accidentally tripped and fell into the open grave. She landed on her head and broke her neck. Carlos ran out through the cemetery gates and stumbled into the road. Suddenly, a car came around the corner and slammed into him, killing him instantly and squashing his body into a bloody mess. Paola and Miguel managed to get back to the safety of their homes. Paola was so scared that she decided to take a bath to calm herself down before she went to bed. However, when she was getting into the tub, she accidentally bumped into her cell phone and knocked it into the water. Unfortunately, her phone was unplugged. Unfortunately, her phone was plugged into the charger and Paola was electrocuted. The next morning, Miguel woke up and went downstairs for breakfast. His parents were waiting for him and broke the bad news. Miguel was surprised and frightened to learn of the deaths of all his friends. He knew he was next, but he didn't know what to do. Fearing for his life, he was desperate to get away. He went straight to the airport and took the first flight to Argentina. He was shaking with fear, but managed to board the plane without any incident. However, when the plane took off, the engines failed and it crashed into the sea. His body was never recovered. Legend has it that after these incidents, no one ever again dared to visit the cemetery on Halloween night. Yeah, that is so creepy. Yeah. What do you guys think of that story? I think that's creepy, but I like it because I like scary stuff. But anyway, that's going to be it for today's video. I will see you guys later on tonight with my costume. But I love you guys so much. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Princess Peyton. Hit the red button to become your majesty. And hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I upload a video. And I love you guys so much. You guys are the best human beings ever made. And you're the king of my heart. And the song lyrics of Taylor Swift. And I will see you guys. And I will see you guys tonight. I will see you guys in a later video tonight. So I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys later on. Okay, love you. Bye. Mwah.